Hello, everybody, and welcome back to NASCAR Heat 3 for a little something different. This time we're going to be doing some challenges, obviously, now that NASCAR Heat 3 career mode has completed. So we're going to do some challenges and whatnot before NASCAR Heat 4 comes out. So we get straight into this first challenge. I've done it before, but I haven't touched the challenges since like the game came out. So I decided to do this little Bubba Wallace challenge here. So we're going to do just a handful of challenges for about maybe 10 to 15 or so minutes, somewhere in there. And this challenge here was to avoid a crash in turns 3 and come out with a top 10. So it's pretty straightforward. These challenges are pretty straightforward, obviously, now as we came through on the exit to turn 2, heading down the back straightaway, running that top line. I love challenges where we have to avoid crashes, and sure enough, there's the first incident there up on the top, Truex on the bottom, and that was actually pretty easy getting through that. There's Keselowski goes off into the pit lane, so we're up to P14 already when we came to 2 laps to go in this little challenge here behind Eric Almirola and the number 10 cars. We go down towards turns 1 and turns 2, just continuing to run the top here, but like I said, we got to get into the top 10, so it might be a little bit tough here with just a lap and a half to go as we're going to get to the Trevor actually hitting him in the bumper there as I tried to cross him over there, as there is a few more cars wrecking, though. McMurray goes spinning, and Alex Bowman, and there's the 19 of Daniel Suarez, who's also spinning. So now we are actually in the top 10, so we get through those incidents, and I think that's probably going to do it for the crashes, I would assume, now as we start this final lap here in Kentucky on this challenge, looking to the outside of Joey Logano as we went down towards turns 1 and turns 2. So for this first challenge, actually getting through it pretty easily now as we exit turn 2, just about getting into the wall as we head down the back straightaway for the final time here, closing in on the outside of the 24 of William Byron as we're going to get in just behind him through turns 3 and turns 4. So easily completing this first challenge here to start this episode as we look to the inside of Byron as we come through to cross the line, getting P7 when all we needed was the top 10. So that's one challenge down, and then we would actually just going to keep on hopping into these challenges. So the next one is the Kevin Harvick challenge at Atlanta, where we have to hold off the charging, quote-unquote, charging cars behind us with 2 laps to go with really worn tires. So here we are leading this race as we went down towards turns 1 and turns 2, and I immediately felt it as the tires are very worn. I went straight into the wall, and there you see Jimmy Johnson was actually in second, Keselowski third. Oh no, so Johnson's actually a lap down, so it's Keselowski in second, right behind Johnson. The lap cars, we went down the back straightaway towards turns 3, but the car felt really weird. Like the handling of this car felt like something I'd never actually experienced in NASCAR Heat 3. It was really weird how they had that, but we come through out of turn 4, now pulling away from Keselowski. It almost seems like the AI is turned down to easy there as we start this final lap, going down into turns 1 and turns 2, certainly pushing up the track through the center of the corner. We get into the wall there with these worn tires. But as we exit turn 2, heading down this back straightaway for the final time, it looks like we're going to be able to easily complete this challenge as well, if we can just hold on to the victory through turns 3 and turns 4 for the final time now. And just in front of us, Trevor Bayne. Actually forgot that Trevor Bayne was out of NASCAR. That's unfortunate for him, though. Would love to see him back sometime as we would come through to finish in P1, so we easily complete that challenge as well. So we would move on to the next challenge here, just continuing to just get right into these challenges. This one's with Kyle Busch, where we have to miss a crash and also win the race, and there's a crash already there as we are approaching the final lap, and then we take the lead through the incident, but I get sideways there and I completely destroy the car. We actually get the car going straight, though. There's Keselowski, the leader, right there, and we might actually have a chance still to somehow take the lead if we come through turns 1 and turns 2. Actually, no, it looks like Keselowski is going to be too far ahead as we head down this back straightaway, so certainly wasn't expecting that crash right there in front of me, so it caught me off guard, and Keselowski would come through to win, so we would have to restart, obviously, this challenge, as the goal is to get through the crash. It doesn't matter if we get involved in it, we just got to come through winning this race now. So we come through to do it again as we are expecting the crash now as we go down towards turn 3, and sure enough, there they go, Larson and Newman and Hamlin, but this time Hamlin gets right in front of me, and now Harvick is up ahead now as Keselowski looks to my inside. We're trying to battle for the lead. There goes Stenhouse to the lead. I don't like Ricky Stenhouse Jr. leading, so I'm just going to give him the big puntaruno now, as that's going to be a completely terrible idea, because now Keselowski gets away as we go down the back straightaway towards turn 3, trying to get through William Byron, and there's Keselowski right there. We still have a chance to win it, but it's a full send move, and there we go, spinning again, and Keselowski would win. So once again, we're going to fail this challenge, and we're going to have to restart it again and see if we can pick up the win on our third attempt here as we come through down the back straightaway again towards turns 3, and there they go, wrecking Newman, Hamlin, and Larson once again were involved in it, and Keselowski's already ahead and gone. So I pretty much said, okay, we might as well just restart again. So attempt number 4 at this challenge as we go down towards turn 3 once again. There they go, and Hamlin's in the way, but somehow we sneak through that time, and Keselowski's just behind me, so it looks like if we can just not make a stupid mistake. Oh, Stenhouse is on my outside. Was not ready for that one now as we head down towards turns 1 and turns 2 behind Kevin Harvick, who runs P36 now as we head down this back straightaway. As long as I don't crash it, we should complete this challenge as Keselowski follows through on the inside, but we will exit turn 4, and we are actually going to win this challenge on the 4th attempt. So that was probably the most attempts that we will need at a challenge. I wasn't expecting it to take that many attempts, to be honest, but at least we still completed that challenge. So now we jump straight through into the next one. It's a dirt racing challenge. I decided we haven't done dirt racing in a long time, so I decided to do it. It's at Bristol, and basically the goal here is in 4 laps, we have to finish inside of the top 5 there as I dumped that guy, which is mighty unfortunate for him. And as we move up to P8, heading down the back straightaway, looking to the outside there of number 4. But like I said, we are coming to 2 to go, and all that we have to do is finish in the top 5 now as we head down this front straightaway. 2 laps remain here at the Bristol dirt track as we go down towards turns 1 behind this Henderson person now as we exit turn 2. Only need 2 spots there as I hit the wall, making it a little bit harder on myself, but we go down into turn 3, building up the momentum on that outside, and we should be able to take P6 as we exit turn 4, starting this final lap here in the Bristol dirt track. Now we're gonna get into the back bumper there of the number 5, or wet back bumper, I guess, now as we exit turn 2. Getting into the wall there certainly haven't, it's showing that I haven't done dirt racing in a while, as we're going to just come through and dump that guy as well, but we're at least going to come through and complete the challenge as we get P4. So that was a very easy challenge. Some of these challenges seem to be extremely easy, like you would think they would give you harder AI because they are challenges, but now we come through to the next one. The goal in this one is to win as William Byron at the Roval here. We only have 1 lap to do so, and we're down in P5, so we have to get through Kevin Harvick, Kyle Busch, Jimmy Johnson, and Martin Truex Jr., our NASCAR Heat 3 career mode rival of Martin Truex Jr. there as we clear Kevin Harvick pretty easily now as we head down this straightaway. Truex is 11 seconds ahead. I saw that and I was like, how on earth am I supposed to make up 11 seconds in 1 lap, even on easy AI? But sure enough, we're actually gaining a couple seconds there, making some mistakes though, and obviously making mistakes is going to allow Truex to be able to comfortably keep that lead. But we'll keep pushing on now as we get through on the inside there of Kyle Busch. We still got to get through Jimmy Johnson just to get to Martin Truex Jr. as we come through the oval turns 1 and turns 2. And I was a little concerned here how quickly we're closing in on the 48 there. We're going to catch him in a bad spot now as we go down towards the bus stop. Sure enough, we're going to get into him at a very bad spot as we destroy the back of the 48 and destroy myself now, as that's going to completely take us out of the challenge. So we immediately restart and try this again. But obviously I got a little bit of a feel of it, so I felt like this attempt we can definitely complete it as I proceed to hit the wall there as we come through turns 2, closing in on Harvick very quickly. This time we look to his right hand side, complete the pass on Kevin Harvick straight away as we're just drifting a little bit here through these corners, trying to get to Kyle Busch before the oval portion of the track would certainly be helpful now as we go down towards these next few corners. If we can get past Jimmy Johnson in the bus stop, then we'll definitely have a shot to complete this challenge. Now as we have run down the 18 of Kyle Busch, we're going to look to the left hand side of him, and before the oval portion of the track we do clear Kyle Busch and now set our sights on Jimmy Johnson, who's only about 3 seconds ahead or so now as we come through oval turns 1 and turns 2, getting down to that apron, getting whatever little speed I can get there. As you see Martin Truex Jr. up ahead leading as he approaches the bus stop. And we're going to have to be aggressive here with the 48. We look to the left-hand side of him and get past him, and there's our buddy Martin Truex Jr., our rival from NASCAR Heat 3 career mode. And we have so much speed, I decided we're going to just try and play around here a little bit with him through turns 3 and turns 4 on the oval portion, letting him know that maybe we still don't really like him from career mode there as we just plow into the back of him, and we make a mistake, and there's Truex in front of us. That did not go as expected, but we're still going to come through to win and complete the challenge. That just about completely went wrong for us there, as I was just going to punt Truex out of the way, take the win. Instead, we hit the barrier, he comes through, we still complete the challenge anyways. Now as we come through to Chicagoland on the outside of William Byron, the goal here is to win this race, as well as we already get plowed into the wall by the 24. They put us like within a foot of the right side of his car, so that was a weird one. But either way, running as Kyle Larson on the top lane, I said, okay, well, we might as well continue to run the top lane. But this was, if I remember correctly, based off the 2014 race where Kyle Larson was battling it out with Jeff Gordon in the 24 car, and Keselowski was up front. I believe Keselowski won that race too. So this was what that challenge was based off. I remember that race quite well. I remember watching it. Jeff Gordon did a great job in that race, and Larson and him had a great battle towards the end of that one. Now as we come through turns 1 and turns 2, we only have 4 laps to do it, but the AI once again don't seem quite as hard as they should be in these challenges. You would think that, like I said before, the AI would be a little bit harder because they're called challenges for a reason. But either way, we continue to run the top now as we exit turn 4 side by side there with the 24 of William Byron. We would clear him and then run down Brad Keselowski as we came to just a lap and a half or so to go, approaching his outside as he completely leaves the lane open. So sure enough, I'm going to take it as we go down towards turns 3 and turns 4, approaching the final lap of this challenge here in Chicago. Keselowski uses that bottom, and that allows him to stay ahead as we head down this front straightaway, coming through to give him a shove as we start this final lap here in Chicago. As we're going to look to his outside as we go down towards turns 1 and turns 2, trying to complete this challenge on the first attempt now, as we've been successful on most first tries at these challenges other than the Bristol one and the Roval one. Now as you head down this back straightaway, looking to the outside of Keselowski with a half a lap to go as we go down towards turns 3, continuing to run up towards that wall now as we're going to come through the center of the corner on the exit of turn 4. Keselowski ahead at the moment, but we do build up enough of a run to where we're going to be able to edge out Keselowski and pass him by the time we get to the line. So another challenge down and completed. Hearing that victory anthem quite a lot today now as we come through into the final challenge of this episode. Basically, this one's pretty straightforward. We have Jimmy Johnson at the Brickyard, a 2.5 lead on Kyle Busch with really worn tires, so the main goal is just to hold on to that lead here with the final 2 laps as we head down towards turns 2. Kyle Busch closes in a couple tenths there as we are very tight there as we exit turn 2, keeping it off the wall as we head down the back straightaway, but I figured we'd do this challenge just because we did the end of our NASCAR Heat 3 career mode in the 48 car, so I said, okay, well, let's do this challenge and end this challenge episode with the 48. Now as we come through turn 3, I might do another challenge video before NASCAR Heat 4 comes out. I'm not sure, maybe if you guys want to see that, then I will do so. Now as we come through turns 4, the car is just pushing extremely hard now as we head down this front straightaway, approaching the final lap here in Indy, and Kyle Busch only gained like 2 tenths on us on this lap, which I was not expecting. I thought that they were going to close up right on me and by now already be all over my back bumper, just pressuring me for the lead there. As we come through turns 1, we get into the wall, and certainly going to make it a little bit harder on myself, as that should allow Kyle Busch to close in now as he gets under a second as we come through on the exit of turn 2. William Byron in P3, then Keselowski 4th and Blaney 5th, but they just don't have any speed, which was just kind of making these challenges almost just really pointless. I was very confused by that part. Now as we go down towards turns 3 and turns 4, trying to get through the center of this corner without knocking the wall down. Sure enough, we do that, and as long as we don't crash the car in turns 4, we will complete this challenge with no problem at all. But we do start pushing a little bit wide there as we do get into the wall again, but Kyle Busch is not close enough, so we're going to head down this front straightaway, and we are going to come through to complete this challenge as well with no problems at all. Once again, another victory anthem, and as always though, if you guys did enjoy this, make sure to comment, like, and subscribe. Those would all be very appreciated. One thing that NASCAR Heat 4 needs with challenges, the AI needs to be way tougher. I found that out right away, but this is only like the second time I've ever done the challenges, and yeah, the AI definitely needs to be harder for challenges. They're called challenges for a reason, so I'd like to see that improved. But that'll do it for this one, so thank you everybody for taking the time out of your day for watching this one, and I'll see you guys next time. Have a great day, everyone.